Representative Huffman, Ranking Member Vance, subcommittee members, and the participants in today's hearing for this important opportunity to discuss the Salton Sea and the ongoing water crisis in the West. We're facing yet another year of historic drought, which is already harming communities, birds, fish, and other natural resources in California and across the West. We welcome national attention and congressional leadership to address the impacts of this ongoing drought. I also want to recognize the leadership of the Salton Sea Project Improvement Act. My name is Frank Ruiz, and I am the Salton Sea Program Director for the National Audubon Society. I am also a longtime resident of the Coachella Valley, which is located on the north side of the Salton Sea, where we witnessed firsthand how the Salton Sea is shrinking, the dust clouds are expanding, people around the lake is getting sicker, and the birds are disappearing. It is my intention to underscore 3 points today. Number one, the urgency of implementing projects on the ground. The Salton Sea is on the brink of a major ecological collapse. Salinity levels are increasing, and toxic blue-green algae are threatening the health of people and birds, both in the water and in the air. The clock is ticking. According to the Pacific Institute, the cost of inaction could ascend up to 70 to 90 billion. The longer we wait, the more costly this becomes. In terms of dollars, in terms of people's health, and in terms of the loss of wildlife and habitats, with the ongoing dual crisis of drought and heat striking now throughout the West and exacerbated by the climate change, the time to act is now. Second, we need a strong participation of the federal government. While the state of California has had the responsibility of leading efforts of the Salton Sea since the 2003 QSA, federal partnership has always been a necessary part of the success. The state of California has dedicated over $360 million in public funds to build projects at the Salton Sea, but they cannot do it alone. Without the full commitment of this Congress and the Biden administration, the dust suppression and habitat mitigation projects needed at the Salton Sea will be a tall order to obtain. As the sea continues to recede and exposed land dries up, the 40% of the land in and around the Salton Sea is becoming more evident. We need the federal government to be an active and leading force for success with investments and funding, expertise, and coordination between the government. And lastly, environmental justice. It is not a surprise to anyone that this region has some of the highest rates of asthma in California. It is common to hear anecdotes of young children suffering from asthma and nosebleeds. As the sea continues to recede, it will exacerbate the already existing conditions, stressing the community's health and economies even more. Moreover, solutions for mitigating the sea's decline can incorporate recreation opportunities such as hiking, bird watching, picnicking, and other benefits to the communities in this region. For these and many other reasons, the National Audubon Society supports two of the proposed bills discussed here today. Number one, H.R. 3877. This bill provides reclamation with additional authority to partner up with the state of California, local counties, and tribal governments, the Salton Sea Authority, and nonprofit organizations on projects to address the public and environmental health crisis of the Salton Sea. This bill will expand the eligible entities able to partner with reclamation and will authorize $250 million for reclamation funding. The traditional authorized funding under the Act will help reclamation accelerate projects and partnerships to address the needs of the sea. Audubon fully supports these changes that will allow reclamation to more fully participate in the restoration activities of the sea. And the second, H.R. 4099. Reducing consumptive water use is one of the most cost-effective actions that can positively affect water supply stability. Optimizing and reducing demands is critical to ensuring that limited water supplies can equitably meet the needs of people and ecosystems. Water conservation needs to continue to be aggressively pursued in conjunction with other actions, such as water reuse and recycling. New funding is needed for water use efficiency projects in urban areas, including for water recycling projects to prevent impairment to fish, wildlife, or ecosystem functions. I really appreciate the opportunity to testify this morning. Thank you very much.